Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Nails by Morgan Grace. Today we are doing summer inspo polka dot nails. Here are some inspo pics that I put on screen. We also are going to be using acrylics today, not Gel X, but just plastic acrylic nails. I did already, prior to the video, I did choose my sizes that match my nail beds, just for the sake of the video. And here we will peel off the layer for the double-sided putty. I actually don't know what it's called, but it came with this nail stand kit to put the nails on, and it works amazing. They stick very well. Now, even though I did end up putting the nails on the second stand, I did not show any parts in this video of painting or designing the second nails. I did do it after the video. It was just more for the sake of the video that those just stayed in the back. Now the first step is always to drill off the top of the nails, because the gel polish will not stick as well if it is a very smooth plastic surface. It's always very important to go in long straight lines when filing down a nail. Granted, here you might see that I am a little bit rough with the nail just because it is a plastic acrylic and it's not somebody's real nail. If you are doing somebody's real nail, you do have to be very gentle because a drill can very much damage somebody's nail. After you are done filing your nails, the nails will be covered probably in a good amount of dust and debris from the filing. So I use a acetone pump bottle from Dollar Tree and a nail brush to clean down and brush down those nails to make sure there's not any other debris or anything on there that might affect the gel paint. If there is debris left on there and you put a base coat on top, you will notice your paint coming out to be very bumpy and debris underneath the paint, and your nails will not have that smooth finish to them. My rule of thumb when applying base coat is to be generous but not over generous. If you're not generous enough with your base coat, you will come out with that warpy, non-smooth paint finish. And if you're over generous, it's probably going to end up peeling off and not working how you think it would. In this video, it will seem like I am curing the nails for only about 5 seconds, but I usually cut the scene because it is about 60 seconds. Now I am choosing the colors based off the pictures that I shown earlier. I do recommend Beetle's nail polish. It is the best, but I do have a more Chinese brand that I am using for the yellow just because that is the only yellow color I have. Now for the first coat of the gel color on top of the base coat, it should be relatively thin because if it's too thick, it actually won't cure all the way. And that isn't good in the long run. Your nail will just end up peeling up. Now I am struggling with this yellow gel polish because it is an older bottle that I have, and you can see on the bottle that it is pretty messy, so it's actually hard to get the brush down there in there to get enough polish out to paint. So the yellow nails definitely didn't come out as thick and vibrant as I wanted. Now, after curing for 60 seconds, it is time to do a second coat. Some people even do a third coat. It just depends on what style you're doing and how much gel polish you want to use, honestly. For the yellow, I definitely needed a second coat because it was definitely not coming out how I wanted it to be. But it's really important to have that second coat because, again, you're doing thin coats so they can cure better under the light. Now, as those are curing, I'm going to get the colors out for the polka dots and put them on my glass palette so I can use my dotting tool to make the polka dots on the nails. Now, everybody likes to do their dots and their nails a bit different. More depends what style you're going for, if you want a whole bunch of dots or just some uniform, maybe 3 rows of dots. In this case, I am doing that. I'm only doing about 3 rows, maybe 4, to get more uniform aesthetic type dots that I want. It's really important to keep these as straight as possible and really get the spacing that you want, or else it will just look like a bunch of random dots instead of the nice straight rows. For the polka dots, especially since they're just so tiny and it's a little bit of gel, I'm actually going to put them under for only about 30 seconds, just because that's enough time for them to fully cure, to then put the top coat on. And for the top coat, I would definitely recommend to be generous, because this is the only barrier and protection that the gel polish is going to have. So I definitely try to put a bunch on. Granted, if you do too much, your nail's just going to look deformed and be really thick and chunky, and it won't cure. Alright, and this is the finished result. Thank you for watching.